All right. Hindu Kush, the mysterious ancient civilization of the past. She opens up by saying this. Um, Ancient annals represented the Kushite India as wise and skillful. Even the name Hindu is Ethiopian. Yeah, what's going on? You listen to King Cam and Ujumbe podcast and Ujumbe's message. We're going to cover chapters 14 through, and we're going to finish the book. All right, yeah, this is the end of the semester. This is the end of the book, The Wonderful Ethiopians of the Ancient Cushite Empire. But we still got a lot to say, still got a lot to talk about. All right, let's go. Now, Sister Houston explores the ancient cultural religions and historical connection between the Kushite Empire and ancient India. And now she investigates. She goes into the past, the enigmatic past, and its ties to the broader Kushite civilization. So, and she emphasized the African contributions to earlier Indian society. All right, India, India's grandmother, India's mother is Africa. All right. India's mother is Africa. Now, the Kushite influence of or on ancient India, Houston argues, right, that ancient India was heavily influenced by Kushite civilization, which she describes as foundational to the world's earliest advanced cultures. Now, she points, I'm sorry, I'm gonna spell it. She points that the early inhabitants of India, particularly the Dravidians, were descendants of the Kushites. Now, we're going to get into that. We're going to talk further into that, but there are some individuals who like to use the word Aryan or Dravidian, not really understanding where the original word or the original group came from. We're going to talk about that, and we're going to get into a little bit later. We're going to get into um, the deities of India that were of African that had African features. All right, get ready. Let's go. Now, the Dravidian civilization and its African roots. As you can see, as you can see, the these people, the Dravidian people of the western and southern part of India were and are black. Dravidian people and its African roots. And so she identifies Dravidians as a sophisticated pre-Aryan people who built India's first urban centers such as Harappa, the Mohenjo-Daro, and the Indus Valley civilization. But now, when we are in education, in the education field, we, especially in world history, what they would do, they would have the Indus River Valley, the Nile River Valley, and the Yellow River Valley, and they would put them together. Now, psychologically, for a student, psychologically, if those river valleys are introduced to a student the first time, you would assume psychologically that these river valleys started at the same time. That's not so. Okay. But so the Indus River Valley came from the African people. Okay. So, and so let's go further, because remember, this we already got a point that the Dravidian people, their ancestors were pre-Aryan and they were Kushite. All right. Now, it's African roots, right? The architecture parallels the pyramid-like structures in urban planning. So on the left, we have the step pyramid by the Grandmaster Himotep, and we just had a conversation about that. If you haven't you saw that video, need to get into it. I'll put it in the description somewhere. And we have a Dravidian temple in India. I cannot pronounce the name, and I'm not going to embarrass myself. Let me try it though. I'm gonna try it anyway. Let me see if I can check it. It is pronounced Brihad Ishwarar. Brihad Ishwarar Temple, and that is located in India. That is in India. And so that is the temple. And it looks very similar to the step pyramid in Dozier. Yeah, Dozier is more ancient, this is modern, but the structure is there, the bones are there, right? Very similar, just like the Aztec and the Mayan pyramids in the Western world. Okay, they were more modern, they were new, they weren't older than the pyramids of Kemet or Sudan, right? But yeah, so the architecture was African. The religious practices, which we're going to get into, there are some religious figures that had African features. All right, and they revere them. All right, so Houston draws connection between the Indian deities and the African spiritual traditions and customs, and it's very fluid. But of course, over time, it does evolve, right? And so we have the architecture that's similar, and of course, agriculture and trade. And we did talk about the people on the Swahili coast, how they traded into India, and how Yemen was a port from Ethiopia. And so, yeah, in India was that place. Okay, now Hindu Kush religion and philosophy. Here we go. You see the sisters already praying. All right, here we go. Now, Houston, she emphasized the spiritual and philosophical legacy of the Kushite Dravidian connection. Now, she asserts that in ancient texts, Indian texts such as the Vedas and the Upanishads, carry echoes of Kushite cosmology and spirituality. So the books, the ancient books of India, some people say, yeah, it's older than Africa. Beg to differ, but you can disagree in the comment. Let me know. But the Hindu Kush religion and philosophy is African also. The books, African. Now, remember, over time, it developed a life of its own, right? But it came from Kush. And Hinduism, Buddhism bear traces of African religious practices, including reverence for ancestors and nature. So, Hinduism, Buddhism bear traces of respect and reverence to the ancestors. That is deep in African culture. We love our ancestors. We love our grandparents. That is a big deal to us. Big deal. Now, here it is. They praying, right? They're trying to get their life together and everything. And so let's talk about it. The Black Gods of India. This individual is made in India. Okay, I think this is, I don't want to mispronounce. I think this is Shiva or Krishna. I think this is Shiva, but y'all let me know. Okay, but yeah, the Black Gods of India. Krishna. The iconography of Indian deities like Krishna, they look African. They have, bless you, Joshua. They have African features. Okay, check out Buddha right here. Okay, look at his hair. A lot of people will try to say that there's snails in his hair. Ain't nobody walking around with snails in their hair. I'm just saying. That's that either that's Bantu knots for our sisters, or that's somebody got, they need their hair combed. All right, these individuals, Krishna and many others, Buddha and them, they had African features. All right, you can disagree if you want to, but the images are there, and especially the older images. We're not talking about the ones that was made a couple of 100 years ago and it kind of whitewashed them or whatever, especially up there in the northern part of India and some parts of China. But this here, yeah, they're like some people I know, right? So we have the people, architecture, even their religion had some form of African influence, right? And again, when these individuals, this guy is on the left-hand side, he is from another part of India, but the other individual on the right, he is Dravidian. His ancestors are Aryan. Aryan came from Kush. So a lot of these people are walking around here calling themselves Aryan. You need to look at the picture. Somebody didn't do their homework. Somebody didn't get an understanding as to what this is and where it came from. I don't know. But People are different. And, I ain't got time to be arguing with individuals that don't do their homework. All right. But yeah, that's it, y'all. Yeah, that's it. Okay, coming up next semester, Queens of the South or Ladies of the North and South. Our next book, The First Female Pharaoh, Sebek Neferu, Goddess of the Seven Stars. Check it out. I'm very excited. I'm very happy about it. Um, the link is in the description. What's next? We will answer a few questions from the Ujumbe fam. We're still going to answer a few questions. I think I may do a special segment or mini winter semester or winter session in December. But yeah, we will answer a few questions. And for more on Kush, check out Sister Danita Smith. Shout out to Yaya Shabaka, the home team. Matter of fact, while I'm shouting out people, shout out to all the fam in Los Angeles, New York, Texas, in Nigeria. Shout out to the fam, South Africa, in Morocco, Germany, China, man. Who else? Let me see. Shout out to Big Brother Mo. Much love to Big Brother Mo. Mr. Gales, shout out to him. Noni Cafe. Okay. God, if I start naming all the names, shout out to the fam everywhere. I'm really humbled and excited about what we're doing and what we're trying to do. Shout out to the fam in Ethiopia. They're still struggling. They're still going through it. Much love to them, but I'm very appreciative to what's going on and what we're doing here. Um, and shout out to none of your biz. So I'm very grateful for all the fam. If I miss somebody, if I miss the nation or area, charge it to my head, not to my heart. You guys are awesome. And some more books. Black Gods and Kings of Ancient India, When We Rule by Robin Walker, India and the Ancient Past, and Early India, Romelia Tapar, okay? Yeah, we just got through talking about Hindu Kush, the mysterious ancient civilization of the past. You listen to King Cam Ujumbe podcast. Ujumbe means message. And today's message is we're about to take a break. All right.